guys, so today I am barefaced because we are going to be testing out a new foundation. I actually received this from Influenster to test out. They send you products for free to give reviews on them. It's like a thing where anyone can use them. You just sign up through it goes through your social media and how many followers you have and stuff, but you really don't have to have a lot because you can combine all your social media. And anyway, I always have Influencer linked in the description. I just really was excited about it because I don't get a lot of makeup-y stuff from Influencer. I usually get hair, skin care, and stuff like that. But this was really exciting for me. They did have me do a little pre-test survey type thing and asked me to pick a shade online and what shade I thought would work best for my skin tone, and I think I did a pretty good job of picking online. This looks like it will work pretty well. So first of all, this is the Maybelline SuperStay Full Coverage Foundation. It says up to 24-hour wear. Mine is in the shade 110 Porcelain, and on the back here it says it is a full coverage foundation, up to 24-hour wear, seamless matte finish, breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant, oil free, doesn't clog pores, dermatologist tested. So you'll see how all of those claims hold up. It does have a pump. Honestly I thought this would screw off and it would just be out there, but it has a pump, which is super nice. I appreciate that. And quickly, I just wanted to say how I'm going to do this video because it's a little different from a typical first impressions video, because right now it is currently 7:45 at night. So I can't really have this on for a super long time. I do have to work tomorrow, so I have to get to bed at a decent time, meaning probably midnight, but before 1 a.m. would be nice. I know that I don't really have time to film before I go to work. Even if I did the intro and everything now and just tried to do the demo tomorrow morning, it wouldn't work well because I'm always in a rush to go to work, so I wouldn't be able to give my full thoughts and I would just be rushing and it wouldn't be good. So I decided that tonight I wanted to play with this. I wanted to see how it applied, if it applies best with my Real Technique sponge or with a brush. I also want to do a test with one half of my face being primed and the other half not. And so one half of my face is just going to have the foundation and a powder, and the other half is going to have primer, foundation, powder, and a setting spray. So I want to see how those things really play into it, because I know those extend the wear of your foundation a lot. And I am powdering both sides because my skin is typically very oily. Can you see that shiny forehead right now? So it's very oily, so I don't ever go without powdering, and I want to give it its best shot. If you do have drier skin, you could probably do that, especially since it is a matte foundation. So anyway, I'm gonna do that test tonight with half of my face primed and set with setting spray, and then the other half is not. But at work I don't want to have one half of my face melted off and the other half is fine. I don't want to be looking crazy. So tomorrow at work I'm just gonna do a primer and setting spray. I might try out maybe a different primer or setting spray with it, just to see how they work with it. So I will leave this on for as long as possible. I'm gonna check in after I get off of work and kind of just give you guys a quick update on how the makeup wore throughout the day. I have a 6-hour shift tomorrow, so that's a pretty good amount of time to test it, and I'll probably have the makeup on for a couple hours after I get home too. That should be a good amount of time to test it. Obviously I'm not going to test the 24-hour wear because I don't want to wear foundation for 24 hours. I don't want to be awake for 24 hours. I wanted to go ahead and show you the demo and application and all of that. So I'm gonna scoot you guys in a little closer. You can see all in this greasy mess, and we'll see how this foundation applies. Okay, so you guys are real close now. So I have the foundation here. It does look like a pretty good match for me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pump some out on my hand. So the pump is one that you can control, which is nice. So you can control the amount of product that you're getting. I'm gonna take this brush from Eco Tools and I'm just gonna put some dots around my face. Oh, I guess this is the side without primer because I forgot to put on primer yet. I'm gonna go in with my NYX pore filler. Okay, so I've primed the left side of my face. I'm gonna kind of let that sit for a second while I finish applying it onto the right side of my face. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm not used to applying foundation only on one side. It's very strange. I'm gonna try with the brush first on this side just to see, and I will go over everything on both sides with the application method that I feel does the best job, but I just wanted to try both. So there is one half of my face done. In camera it's looking a little light on my skin, but I feel like in person it's a little bit of a better match. I don't know. I think with all the makeup on and everything, it'll be good. I mean, I feel like it's pretty full coverage. I'll have to wait till I get to this side because this is where I have a lot of my acne scars and stuff, so we'll see how it covers up all of that. But on this side it's doing a really nice job, and like it doesn't feel heavy right now. Okay, so now I'm gonna dot the rest of it on this side of my face. I'm gonna try to keep it around the same amount, and then I'm gonna use the Real Techniques sponge with this side, and this is the primed side in case you forgot. So that definitely took away a lot of the coverage on that. I feel like this side is very like flawless, and this side, like it's not bad, but it just doesn't have as much coverage. But I do think this side looks maybe like a tad bit cakier. I don't think it looks super cakey, but like maybe a tad. Okay, so now you guys are very close to my face. I'm sorry, but this is what this side looks like. You can see that it's not covering like all of this because I used it with this sponge, and then this side is really covering a lot, but I don't know how well you can see. You have to look like really close, but it is just this like a, you can kind of see it a little bit more on this side than this side. So I am just gonna go in and put another layer on this side using the brush. Okay, so that layered up really nicely. Also, it does have a very matte finish. Like you can see my forehead was like super shiny before, and now it's like just a little bit, but that's just because the light is like right there. Around my nose is just like a little bit dry. Looking at it up close, it is clinging to those a little bit, so definitely not for somebody with dry skin. Obviously it's a matte foundation, don't get it if you have dry skin, but like it honestly feels like really powdery. I feel like when they say it's like transfer resistant, I feel like that might be true because it really does feel like it just set down to a powder already. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup. I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder to set this. It's just a like translucent setting powder. I will be back when it's time to set my face with setting spray. Okay, so I am back. I've done most of my makeup. First of all, I know this lip is like super bright. Oh my gosh. I wanted to try out the new Ultra Satin Lip from ColourPop's. It is from the Kathleen Lights Dream collection, and it is in the shade something French. She calls it Rev, so I'm gonna call it Rev because I don't know how to speak French. But anyway, this is what it looks like, and it's like, it's super bright. Before I have mascara on, I like to set my face with some setting spray, so I am going to be doing that on half of my face. This half is the side with primer, and this is without. Also, it is now 11 o'clock, so I've had this makeup on for like 3 hours now. I was on the phone with my girlfriend because she's back in Canada right now visiting her family. So I was on the phone with her for like an hour and a half, and I did notice there was like a little bit of makeup transfer on the phone, which usually happens to me, but it wasn't as much as it usually is, so I noticed that. I'm not really sure how to feel about this foundation because on the one hand, like it does seem to be, oh my gosh, my hand is like super red because of this. lipstick. Oh my gosh. I'm not really sure how to feel about this foundation because, I mean, I like the fact that it's so matte, and on the rest of my like face that doesn't have a lot of like dryness to it, it looks really nice. But right in here, like where I have the most dryness, I guess, it is just clinging to every dry patch. Any sort of dry skin, it clings to it super bad. So I'm not sure. I think this might be more of a summer foundation for me. It is settling into like this little region right here around my nose, which is pretty typical for foundations. I think tomorrow I'm gonna try it with a like hydrating primer underneath and see if that helps a little bit more. And then also using this Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. This is amazing. I love this stuff so much. Like, oh my gosh, I've been loving this. I don't really know if I should use that tonight though, because it's already 11 and I really need to take a shower like after this, so I'm probably just gonna take a few selfies with this makeup and then take a shower and wipe it off. So I don't think I'm actually gonna set my face today, but tomorrow at work I will definitely be setting all of my makeup and you can see how it lasts then. But I have had like the foundation and everything on for a while, so yeah, like I said, it's been like 3 hours, and so you can see like primer side, no primer. I feel like as of right now they're both doing pretty much the same. I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off on here for tonight, but I will see you all tomorrow after I get home from work. So I'll see you then. Hey guys, so don't mind the like pajama shirt, and also don't mind this pimple right here that's showing up. I did have it covered, but I've been like having to blow my nose all day because it's been running. So anyway, I almost started to take my makeup off because I'm like tired. It's the end of the day at work and I just want to take it off, but I forgot that I was going to film this video. So obviously I haven't touched this up at all today because I've been at work, haven't been able to touch up on it at all. And this is like after about 6 hours of wear, maybe like a tiny bit more. So you can see like it's a little shiny. It's not super bad or anything, but it definitely is like a little shiny. I noticed there's like a tiny bit of the foundation breaking up around my chin area. I used it with this Makeup Forever Step 1 hydrating primer, and then I set it with the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray because I was really trying to combat it like grabbing onto dry spots. And I feel like it did help a lot. I still feel like right around my nose like crevice it kind of grabbed a little bit, and it's also like settling in there just a tiny bit, but it's not bad. But I feel like for it being the end of the day, it actually looks pretty good. Minus like around the nose, because again I was blowing my nose all day, and like no foundation stays on through that. Yeah, I guess my final thoughts would be that this is definitely a foundation for oily skin. You don't want to use this at all if you have dry skin, or even if you have like combo to dry skin. Definitely not. You definitely need to be like more on the oily side because this is a very matte foundation. I really like the coverage on this. It doesn't feel like heavy on the skin either, which I really like, because in a full coverage foundation usually it can feel pretty heavy, but this one actually doesn't feel too heavy at all. Like it doesn't really feel like I'm wearing makeup that much. For the most part, I do really like this foundation. For my skin, I do kind of have to use like more of like a hydrating primer or something to help with it clinging to dry patches. And I think for me, this is going to be better in the summer when my skin is a little bit more oily and not quite as dry, because it's just like my nose areas like pretty dry, so it just clung like all around there. For right now, my first and I guess second impressions are that it's a pretty good foundation. I don't know the price point on this, but it's Maybelline, so it's probably not too bad. I will have this linked below so you can see for yourself. Yeah, I think if you have really oily skin, this could be really good for you. And especially if you want something full coverage, it is nice. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope that you guys liked it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next video. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!